All right, welcome to the Weekly Wise this week. We're happy to be here. Welcome to our online audience, and welcome to those here. Glad to have you. Just to give a little bit of introduction about Weekly Wise, who we are, what we're doing. It's Weekly Wise, WHYS. The concept is getting different people to share what's important to them, their why, what drives them, what's a message that is important to them. And we invite people with messages to share and to help inspire us and inspire others. It actually began because we were wondering what to do with all of our leftover ice cream. we from Free Cone Day, when we have Ben and Jerry's Free Cone Day, we have 3 freezers still in our freezer that are full of ice cream. Thanks to the Norrises for one of those freezers and their extended lending it to us so that the ice cream didn't all go bad. But so we've been using that to using this as a medium to use up the ice cream. But also, when we were discussing it, we thought, okay, how can we use all this ice cream in a way that's integrated with our business that we have? We wanted to figure out a way to do that. We also wanted to provide more value than just, hey, come listen to what we're doing in our business and we'll give you some ice cream. So we created the Weekly Wise, where we have a lecture, something that can be guaranteed inspiration along with free ice cream, as well as us getting a chance to talk a little bit about our business. Part of the reason we did that is because people who would be interested in hearing these messages, since you're here, that might imply that you'd be interested in a good fit potentially for what we're doing in our business. We wanted to attract the kind of people that would be interested in what we do, and we thought the Weekly Wise was a natural fit for that. So that's what we're doing. If you would indulge me just a little bit, though, today is a special day for our family. Noelle, will you come up here? Wow. This little girl, her name is Noelle. Do you want to say hi to the people online? You don't? Okay. Do you want to say hi to the people here?
We'll say hi.
Hello. It is her birthday today. How old are you? 6 years old. You a big girl or little girl?
Big girl.
Big girl. That's right. So, we would like, if you would indulge us, to give her a rising round of happy birthday. Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Noelle. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Noelle. Thanks for letting us share your birthday.
Thanks, sweetie. She was a little bit, we talked about having this on her birthday, and she was a little bit sad about the idea, but we had a fun family activity last night, had a fun day today, and I told her, if we do all that and we sing to you at our Weekly Wise meeting, would that be okay? And she's like, yes. So that was fun. Thank you. Today, for our Weekly Wise, our speaker is Preston Norris. And Preston is an enterprising, entrepreneurial-minded 13-year-old. And we're excited to have him here. And, oh, I didn't grab it. I meant to grab it beforehand. His favorite flavor of ice cream, which we do have on hand nearby, is the Tonight Dough. Jimmy Fallon's Tonight Dough. So we will definitely be enjoying some of that after. Sorry, come. We'll give you some. And, oh,
wow.
Flying through the air.
Holy cow, I can't believe that. That was perfect. Doesn't get any better than that.
And should we do an unveiling for you?
Yeah.
An unboxing, as they say. Because this stuff is amazing. To give you an explanation, this ice cream, it's caramel and chocolate ice creams with a chocolate cookie swirl and gobs of chocolate chip cookie dough and peanut butter cookie dough. All in one ice cream.
All in one ice cream. Wow. Wow.
Good
You really
stuff.
had some good ideas when you put that together.
Can I toss this back to you?
Yeah.
Thanks. So, really excited to hear from Preston. and we will welcome him up. You ready? We've been having some technical difficulties getting some Windows updates happening. Got it?
Still going.
Oh, okay, that's right. We'll switch the order then. We'll make it work. Just because I care and most people don't, use Linux. It's better.
Wow, we're getting a lot of infomercials.
Yeah. All the things I like managerials, I like Linux, okay. Anyway, so with that being said, then I will turn the time over shortly to Ryan Armstrong. He is here to come on in. Welcome. Hello. Ryan is my brother-in-law, and he will share just a little bit about who we are, what we do, our why of our business, what we're trying to accomplish, what we're trying to do here, and then following him, we will have the Preston's presentation. But I want to introduce Ryan a little bit as well. Ryan, let me just start out by saying I did well. When I married Bonnie, his sister, I did very, very well, to make an understatement. And I've had the great pleasure of getting to know her family, over the past 9 years. And Ryan has just been a great friend to me. It's been wonderful to get to know him, and just I feel like we're buddies, and it's a great experience to be with him and to work with him. And he comes from, if you haven't heard his story, go back and watch the Weekly Wise where he presented. It's moving. It will touch you. Unless you're completely stone-hearted, it will touch you. He has an amazing story, an amazing man, and I'm very excited to introduce him and to have him come up and share a little bit about what we're doing. So, Ryan, come on up.
Thank you, Matt. All right, everyone. Hi. So, Matt, that was a great introduction, and Matt was able to help us to come into Strongbrook. When we first heard about it, we wanted nothing to do with it. We thought it sounded like the worst idea, but Matt saw a vision for our family. He saw a horizon for us that we couldn't see. He patiently kept inviting us and kept asking us to hear about it, and now our lives are transformed. No exaggeration, transformed. So I wanted to share of the 3 pillars of freedom that Strongbrook has. Three main ways that they want to provide freedom for everyone, to have them take their lives where they want. So the question is, how many people do you know that enjoy what they do and are financially secure? Many people believe that those are mutually exclusive. You have to pick one or the other. But we believe you can do what you enjoy and you can be secure financially. How many people do you know are truly living? Or are we just making a living? Are we getting by, or are we thriving? Are we taking full advantage of the freedom to create our dream life? Do we know how to take advantage of that freedom? What if there is better than getting along? What about thriving? So when we first heard about Strongbrook, I was very resistant. Matt likes to talk about retirement. He says that's one of his most motivating aspects of financial freedom, that he gets to retire. When I heard about retirement, I had a little freak out. I did not want anyone messing with my job because I felt that was the only time I could get away and have some sanity. I felt like my sanity depended on me having a place to go every day. So that was my story, and that was my reality. And now I have a new and more glorious story where I can see more freedom. I can take my life the way I want it to be, no matter what the situation. So Strongbrook's mission is to empower personal financial success with the 3 pillars, with facilitated real estate, with business ownership, and personal development. So a question about financial freedom. What does that mean? Income that continues to be generated after an initial investment of time, money, and effort. Compared to earned or linear income, you get paid one time for work performed. Residual income, you create value and it continues to pay you multiple times. So I personally measure financial freedom not in an amount, a dollar amount, but in time. How much time can you provide for yourself and your family if you're unable to work? If you got sick, you're laid off, you're injured. So the question is, why do we need to wait on money? Many people are waiting until the retirement will let them leave their job. They're waiting for that time. Why do we need to wait to truly live? Right? It's a mindset. So facilitated real estate. Strongbook commoditizes real estate by setting very narrow parameters so they can have successful investments again and again and again. So all of the variables that are part of real estate investing, they've whittled all of those down as much as possible so that they can consistently deliver over and over and over again. So the power team that Strongbook has does almost all the work for the investors. So the investor is required to understand the basics of what is happening with investing, and then the investor makes the decisions. The investor owns the property, and the power team, all of the real estate professionals gather under one roof, do the majority of the work. And so now that the Strongbook has been around since 2007, facilitating real estate, now they have a solid track record. And they've been able to analyze the data and present all the numbers of their record that shows that they can consistently deliver. So most people have an accumulation mindset, which is you save year after year, you build, and eventually you have a stockpile high enough that you can leave your job and then deplete. We have a different mindset in Strongbook. With the several plans that are available in facilitated real estate, we're going to completely shift out of that mindset. We want to buy assets to create value that continue to put money in our pockets day after day after day and expand and grow. That's the mindset we have at Strongbook. So there are several plans that for different people. I'll just mention the MAT PSA, which is what we're on. We pay $500, we pay $100 a month. I call it the MAT Assistant Plan. The MAP PSA actually stands for My Action Plan Professional Service Agreement. And that helps someone get a coach and the power team, and they can help establish the path for personal residences, which we, Melissa and I, later this month are closing on a house in North Ogden.
Good job!
Yeah. We just got the appraisal today. We'll be getting $15,000 of equity when we buy the house, and we'll be able to rent out the basement. So this really is happening, you know. More than a vision or a hope or a wish, it's happening. We're on the path. So why I do it is because I believe in our greatness. I believe that we can have all. The abundance is our God-given inheritance. That's what He wants for us. All we need to do is we need to understand the principles of abundance to get it. Also, so another pillar of Strongbook, business ownership. We invite people to be an entrepreneur, like Preston Norris. So we've all heard the statistic, 9 out of 10 businesses fail. One author that I listened to, Robert Kiyosaki, says all that means is that you need to be willing to start 10 times, and you can have a thriving business. So what's especially good about network marketing, you have an established framework. You have a low cost to join. You have the product is manufactured and delivered all independently from the business owner. Also, one of the main benefits of being a part of Strongbook's business opportunities that we experience is that we have a community of like-minded people who believe in their greatness and who believe in our greatness. They see in us the success, and they help us to unleash that success, to uncover all limitations and fully thrive. So we are very blessed to be able to share our hope with others in owning this business. So a little bit about it. There's several compensation to receive. Won't go much into it, but home bonus checks for $35,000. If you help 75 people under you transact a home, you'll be able to receive a home bonus check. Norses have received many already, and so the whole idea of that is to help the business owner also be an investor, to invest in real estate, and many other things that being a part of the business opportunity will help the entrepreneur. So on to the next pillar. So we actually are presently losing money by owning a business with Strongbrook, and we're thrilled about it because we understand that there are a number of lessons to be learned. There's a number of lessons that have to be in place to really bring in continued sustained growth. We're on a linear or an exponential path, not a linear path. So you understand if we take a job, you immediately get a set paycheck, and you might get a raise here and there. But exponential growth is the vision that we've caught. So we are quite excited that we're losing money because we know it's only a matter of time. I just have a few dozen more lessons to learn, more people to contact, and it's ours. It's coming. It's a reality. Personal development. Now this is the pillar that I by far care the most about. One of the taglines, slogans for the Mentoring Network is "This is where possible becomes inevitable." I remember clearly Carolyn gave a talk at the last convention, and she said that it's a matter of time. If you continue at it, you continue associating, it's a matter of time before your greatness shines in full glory. And I heard that, and I believed it, and I hold to that. Joyful and lasting relationships. Everyone can create joyful and lasting relationships. Everyone can create deep personal satisfaction, vibrant physical well-being, deep personal fulfillment, limitless financial abundance, unstoppable business success. We really can have it all because abundance is our God-given right. It's what He intends for us. So a mentor. Who is a mentor? It's someone who has done what you want to do, who has achieved what you want to achieve, who is living how you want to live. So those are the people who can best show you the way, help you determine your own way to live your greatness, and take off all of your limitations that are holding you back and keeping you set in one routine, in a rut, and truly thrive. We have in the Strongbrook Mentoring Network, there are mentors on all topics: relationships, sales, parenting, fitness, mindset, health, nutrition, goal setting. So each person is encouraged to find which of these areas is most relevant to that person at that particular time, and go and hear the content that's available. If for a consumer of the network, it's $99 a month to have all of these people who have their content on the website. To be a business developer with the Mentoring Network, it's $500.99 a month. So a few more thoughts. Financial freedom. Another way to look at this is money gets to be our servant, not our master. Money is our servant, not our master. Personal power. If you love yourself enough to continually work on yourself for your whole life, if you're willing to invest in yourself, then this might be a good fit for you. We believe that the best, most important piece of real estate that anyone owns is right here between your own two ears. Service. You learn to contribute, lead, lift, and mentor those around. There's a program that if you're able to sign up 3 people underneath you, that your fee is waived. We are not there yet, but we are close. Join a community of like-minded people who make a reality of living life of passion, grace, fulfillment, satisfaction, connection. So why I do this, why I'm a part of this business, because I have caught a vision of my highest self. I believe that I am worth it. I believe that I am capable, that I am in a community of people like me who see greatness. And I have a unique message to share with the world that no one else does. Pretty soon we're going to get to hear Preston's unique message. I'm very, very excited to hear it. That no one else in the whole world can give except for him. So with that, that is the basics of the Strongbrook opportunity, those 3 pillars. So if any of that resonates, then please let us discuss it more. And with that, I'll turn it over to Preston.
To me.
Oh, to Matt. Introduce Preston.
Thanks. Thanks, TH. I call him TH. It's short for THE. That's it as the game ever since I've known him. We call him. So thanks, Ryan. Thanks, TH, and THG, and THO, and they're on. So,
Chickens.
Yeah, chickens. I too, I'm very grateful for the company Strongbrook. It means a lot to me. They've given me hope to achieve. Like he said, I talk about retirement. To me, it's my recess they took away from me in 7th grade, and I want it back. And so that's, again, I just want to reiterate what he said. I want to add my testimonial to it, like I did with Ben and Jerry's. You know, just that we own 2 homes now that are our own investments, and a third that's in a partnership. I am the world's worst handyman, and I accept that belief with all it entails. I didn't learn how to use a drill until like 3 years ago, and it's like the simplest thing. It's not my cup of tea. But I don't care about real estate. I care about what it offers. I care about what it can provide for me and my family. Like he stated, it's not an accumulation mindset, it's a cash flow mindset. And he mentioned that there's different game plans for different people. If you want a game plan customized to you, talk to us. We can do it. Whatever your situation is, we can set you up with that. So, and if the mentoring side or the entrepreneurship side resonate with you, talk to us. We can get you set up. It's a phenomenal program. It's going international, amazing mentors, but it's about who you become. If you believe as I do, that personal growth and lifelong learning is not just a nice idea, but a fundamental characteristic of life's purpose, then this might be a good fit for you. So with that, I already introduced him a little bit, but Preston, you on? You're on. Come on up. Glad to have you here, bud.
All right. Well, my name is Preston Norris, and I'm just super excited to be here. I'm glad that all you guys can be here. It's just really awesome. I'm doing a presentation on how to get your teen out of the frying pan and into the fire. Fire is the passion, the teen, that the future they want to do, where they can be a rebel of the cause, where they can change something, where they can be something different. Where the frying pan, they're stuck in a shell, going through the motions, going through day-to-day life, just playing it by the book, not doing anything different with themselves. So that's just what my presentation is about. Now, parents and teens are like 2 different kinds of species. If we were talking on a subject of parents wanting their teens to do chores, parents would feel like, why can't my teen just do their chores without complaining and do it right when I ask them to? Teens feel like, there's too many chores, I don't care, I don't want to do the chores, and I'm just going to go hang out with friends. That creates a conflict. So this is a presentation on how to get parents and teens on the same page. So I had a motivational video, but we had technical difficulties with PowerPoint, so that won't be able to be shown, I guess. Is this working?
No.
56, 59. Oh, it's like loading really fast.
Wow. Okay, maybe at the end. You can just share it with them.
It works all. Show you.
Okay,
What it was
so
about.
that stuff I may say might not make as much sense, but
It'll make sense.
okay. Teens need the opportunity. This is the rising generation. If we don't teach our teens to take action for good, who will? No one will. It's got to be us to take actions to teach our teens how to take action for good in the future. So, I really wish the PowerPoint was working.
You're doing great.
I'm trying to remember my slides.
Speaking of being a rebel, you got thrown into the fire yourself, right?
There we go.
No
That's
kidding.
nice.
That's amazing.
You can ask us some questions.
Questions?
Maybe you could do that interview and then finish this with the slides come up.
Okay. So I was planning on this for the end, but I guess I'll bring my mom and my sister to come up for interview questions of past teen experiences if you guys want to stand.
Okay.
Just by the TV. If you
All right.
guys can fit.
Okay,
I don't know.
Can we fit?
I think we can.
Okay.
Yes.
I have some questions on my phone.
Oh, how convenient. Who needs slides when you have phones?
Yeah, there you
Okay. So, question number 1. What were some of the best teen bonding memories you had with each other? What are some of the things you continue to do together?
Okay. Okay. Do you want to go first? Well, one thing that Sasha always loved is she always loved me reading to her, and she really got into the Harry Potter series. And so even when she was a teenager and they were still coming out, I would read those out loud to her, which is kind of unusual at being that age. But it was really special to us, and we had, I don't know, we had some other things that we liked.
I think some of the best things that we did is we were able to kind of find each other's common ground. Because she liked a lot of things maybe I wasn't into. I liked a lot of things she really wasn't into. And we were able to find the things that we did agree on and did like, and we were able to meet in the middle. So we both enjoyed shopping. So we would take the time to go out, even if we didn't spend money, we'd go and window shop or go and spend time that way. Or we'd go and see a movie we both really wanted to see. Or just to talk about, we had a lot of books in common. So we would, we were able to discuss those together that had we not taken the time to find out each other's needs and common ground and what we liked, and taking the time to find out what she liked and maybe show interest in her interests and they became mine, we wouldn't have been able to have those bonding moments. So I think that's really important too.
And I think that those bonding moments, because we had, when Sasha grew up, we had a lot of dysfunction going on in our family, and so those moments really got us through a lot of that, to where I think it's awesome now, because now that our family is healed and our life is so great now, I think all those bonding moments that we did create, even in the midst of a lot of challenging things, I think it's what has kept us like really, really close, even now.
For sure. Well, yeah, that was the other question, is what are we doing now about it? And well, like you said, since we've kind of overcome a lot, now we're able to kind of put a lot of the, everybody has pain in their family, everybody has problems. And since we've been able to overcome those things, we've been able to actually really get to know one another on a level that we didn't have before, and have a relationship that we probably never thought we would have ever. So that's been pretty special and important.
Okay, number 2. What was your biggest demotivator as a teen and your biggest motivator now?
Okay. My biggest demotivator as a teen, well, one of them is definitely that when you're, well, not necessarily everyone, but for me, it was really hard to see past high school. Am I supposed to talk to you? Okay. It was really hard to see past high school. When you're in that moment, I guess it just feels like that's all there is. The end of your school day is everything. Your friends are everything. And, you mess up at school and everybody is upset with you, or your close friends are upset with you. You feel like it's a catastrophe, right? It is the end of the world. The world just blew up, and that is all that matters in that moment. Because teenagers are very impulsive, and we just think on what's going on right now. So that was demotivating for me, because I wouldn't... What?
Nice.
Oh, snap. Yeah. That was demotivating for me, because I was not able to have the perspective that I needed to see that there is life after high school. There is. I know it's shocking to a lot of teenagers, but life does go on. And you have to be able to have those goals and those needs and that perspective of what you want to do, so that you can actually work on it in high school, so you don't get out of high school and you're like, well, what now? I have a lot of friends in that situation. What now? And that is a really sad situation to be in, when you could have been thinking about it for 4 years simultaneously while growing and achieving where you want to be in life. And so that was one of the demotivators for me, was not having those goals set in place.
Not being in the fire, right?
Yeah.
Just staying stuck in the
Yeah,
fire.
being in the frying pan did not cut it for me.
Well, that goes on to the next question. How have the conversations changed in our family as we have all gotten out of the frying pan and into the fire of our passions for life?
Okay, I just love this. I just love this because I have found that in our family, like from the conversations that we used to have to the conversations that we have now that we're always talking about, it's like, you know, our son-in-law is working on his book and Sasha's she's doing the audio for it, and Preston's working on, you know, making a blog or a PowerPoint or something like that, and I'm working on a presentation, and Gary's working on ClickFunnels. Or, you know, it's like all the conversations in our family now are how we're progressing and creating value for other people, and we're always in a constant state of, you know, what's the next new great thing our family's going to do, and we work together. A lot of times we work together as a team, which is really neat. I really appreciate, my kids are awesome. I was writing a whole bunch of breakthrough material the other day, and they knew I needed that time to do that, and so they took off and they went shopping and bought a whole bunch of yummy, healthy food for us, and it's just really great. It's really different.
Well, and it's changed a lot because before we were able to make all these transitions, it was a lot of the conversations would be stuck in victimhood or stuck in your story or stuck in your pity party.
Yeah,
and moping.
Problems, most of it is all about, you know.
And it was like, and that just feeds the sickness, right?
Yeah.
So it was like, so now that we've been able to shift that, and you're feeding the other wolf, right? There's two wolves, one's sick, one's healthy. Feed the healthy one, and what's it gonna get healthier?
Right.
So
That's right. What is the difference between validating/listening versus enabling a team?
You want me to talk?
Go right ahead.
Oh, okay. Okay. I think that we have really grown in this area and learned a lot. So Preston's getting the learning. But I think you know, I think teens can do a lot more than possibly you think they are capable of, and you really need to let them do a lot more. And so there's always going to be that need of a parent to be an encouraging listener, but never take away the opportunity for them to grow, never take away the opportunity for them to feel empowered by actually conquering their own challenges, so that when they do grow up to be an adult, it's easy. They're used to it. They're used to having to do that. And so I think especially with my oldest son, he has a lot of disabilities, and even with him, I know that he could have done a lot more. In our family, that kind of started it, actually, is because since he had learning disabilities and challenges, I think I just felt like he needed a lot more, you know, he needed a lot more help, he needed a lot of different things, which, you know, he did compared to maybe, you know, your typical kid, but I still think, looking back on it, I'm like, I did way too much. He could have done more, you know, he could have grown. So he's doing great now, and so I would just say be an encouraging listener that encourages them to take action to solve their own challenges.
Why do you enjoy creating value for people, and how has that changed your life?
Well, so for me, especially given his life hasn't always been wonderful, right? So everybody has challenges, and so for me, it was kind of like God was able to take these challenges and all this pain and turn it into something really wonderful and magical, because I've been able to relate to people that I would have never been able to relate to. I've been able to touch people I would have never been able to touch. I've had people come up to me and tell me their story, and I would have never been able to tell them maybe how to handle it based on experiences that I have had. And so being able to help them, not only does it help them, it helps me. It gives me an emotional high almost to be able to help a person overcome struggles, especially ones that I myself have overcome or I've struggled with, because I can connect so deeply with them on that level. And it's done a lot for me in my life and helping my progress.
4 years this week.
Yep, it's been 4 years this week or next week that I basically made, what do you guys call it, a paradigm shift of an entire mindset shift of thinking, from trying to find happiness in all the wrong places, whether it was sex or drugs or whatever you want, to realizing that there is a lot in life that's valuable. that it's what you need to go after. So that was 4 years ago this week, and my brain just clicked. And it's been an amazing 4 years, and I would never in a million years want to go back to that, which is why I want to be able to help people in that get out of it.
How has your experience with networking and being socially involved changed you?
Oh, okay. Well, this is kind of a fun thing for our family because for me, well, like, okay, so Gary's, I believe you've always been just so social. Right? I don't know if there's ever a time.
I think he was probably talking out of the blue.
I know, you know, like it was. It was, you know, like I can have situations where it's just like some people that have come over to talk to me, and Gary knows that they're there just to talk to me, and he'll be in the kitchen and he'll try so hard to just like let me have my time with these people, but he just eventually comes out.
It's inevitable.
And it's just like, I know it's gonna happen, right? He loves people so much, and he just has to talk.
Or he gets kicked out.
Yeah. So anyway, so that's Gary. So we all have like different situations. Now, with me, I was really shy as a kid and everything, and so social things, that wasn't my forte, and I wasn't used to connecting with people, and I wasn't used to, and my family was not a social family, and so I didn't learn those skills until a lot later, and I have found that I guess it was just kind of like in my family, because my family was this certain way. It was almost like I never knew that about myself. I never knew that I was really social, and I really loved people, and I really loved connecting, and it feeds me, and I love finding out what makes people tick. I love finding out, you know, the certain things about them that are quirky and fun, and just the special things that are special about them. I just enjoy listening, and I just found out that I really, really love people so very much, and that was just that's been an exciting journey for me. And Sasha kind of has an interesting journey on the social thing.
It's kind of weird. So all growing up was just, I didn't shut up. And so I was just social. That's all I wanted to do, go out with friends, go to parties. And it wasn't, I'm not really sure what happened. I got married, and you know when you get married, you kind of like, you leave your friends a little bit, you kind of go off and do your own thing. And I don't know if I just needed to like have some downtime from all the overstimulation I'd given myself, but I was just like okay with being kind of separated a little more from the world. And I did that for several years. And only recently, the past few months, I've been like, well, there clearly is something to this whole networking thing and social thing and having friends and making connections and helping people who can help you and building these bridges. And so I've been able to kind of rekindle that fire, and it's been amazing, absolutely amazing to me, how much more life I feel like I have in me, because I am not an introvert, and I was living like an introvert. And I get energy from people, and so it was interesting. I think I'd like almost tricked myself into thinking I was an introvert, because I think I wanted to be. I was like done with people. I was like, no. And so it's been very interesting to me now that I've kind of been getting back in the game of, oh my gosh, I feel like revitalized. I feel so much better from the energy that people can give me. So I'm kind of just getting right back into it, but I feel like I just picked up where I left off. So like those 3 years didn't even happen.
So Preston,
Really good.
how has networking and social impacted your life?
Well,
Put you on the
I'm
spot.
standing here right now. Do you want me to say more?
Yeah. You're welcome to do a short presentation. I won't interrupt, but go, whatever you choose to do.
You do a lot of things now that most 13-year-olds don't do. I just thought maybe you want to share something.
Well, I go to meetings with you guys
All the time.
all the time, a lot.
Why do you go?
I don't know. I just do. It's fun. Get paid sometimes.
He does get paid sometimes to help clean.
Okay. Last question. Do you have an inspiring teen entrepreneur story that you could share?
Okay. I'm thinking of a story. This kid isn't quite 13. I think he's 11 or maybe 12 now. And you guys may know this story, but it's because it's around here. It's a kid named Zach Rankum. Do you guys know that story? Anyway, this kid, I learned about. I don't know. Maybe I learned about him maybe like 6 months ago. But when he was 6 in first grade, went just like Noel. Oh, 6. Anyway, when he was 6 and in first grade, his school was doing a fundraiser. They were trying to make enough money to I believe, be able to get one wheelchair to a family. And so you know, I don't know, they were maybe selling cookie dough or something to do that. Well, he really like took this to heart at 6 years old, that this was like his project and his responsibility and everything. And he had a lemonade stand and did bake sales with it. And so he actually, I believe that first year, he made enough, just himself with his little stand and everything. He made enough for that one wheelchair. And he felt so empowered by that accomplishment and so excited about helping that family that the next year he did it longer and, you know, had more support, and everybody knew that he was doing it for these wheelchairs. And he ended up being able to provide 10 wheelchairs. And so this is like a 6-year-old growing up. I mean, that's awesome. and then this last year he ended up getting enough money for 300 wheelchairs. It was like 50 grand.
50,000.
Yeah, 50 grand. He's like 11 or 12. I mean, and it was just the coolest thing ever because he just wants so much to give these wheelchairs. I mean, he's so thrilled, and he wants to make enough money so he can maybe travel to see a few of the people. You know, a few of the people.
Didn't
actually,
State Farm give him like a?
Oh yeah, State Farm, I guess, gave him like a $25,000 grant too. And so his hope is he's hoping he can like gather all the kids in the neighborhood that are doing lemonade stands, and they can all collaborate there. Like he's already thinking, you know, to combine money to, you know, and everything. And so when I hear stories like that, and I just think, you know, whatever age your kids are, you know, they can start thinking outside the box, thinking how they can serve and bless people outside the frying pan, exactly. Because the thing is that's what, you know, entrepreneurs, they find challenges and then they solve them. They are great at solving people's challenges and monetizing them so you can bless even more people. And that is what I think is a part of a true entrepreneur. So, yeah. Any more questions, Clark?
Nope, that should do it.
That should do it? Okay. Well, thank you.
Okay, that kind of took us off track. I was hoping that to be towards the end, but it's a little crazy. So now back to what I was talking about. How do you get to be on the same level with your teenagers so you can help them change their future into something so they can change the world one step at a time? Creating a bonding with your teenager or younger child, if they're not a teenager yet, but it's very hard for some parents and very easy for others. Some parents already have a great relationship with their teen, and it's awesome. They're one step ahead. Other parents, they don't. Teens hate them, and parents, it's confusing. And so getting to know them, creating a bond, if you can do that, you're in the loop. Teenagers, there's certain things that you say or certain things that you do, little details that can just get on their nerves. And it drives them crazy.
He shared some of mine with me.
Yes. For example, go, go, go.
with the snaps. Go, go, go.
I never do anything to annoy my kids.
Oh, no, yes.
Never.
Yes. So this was a learning lesson.
This
was a very good learning presentation.
Just start doing more what they like. Give them a little more freedom, responsibility. Try to be there for them and understand what's going on in their life. try talking to them. And now, if you can create a relationship and you are trying to bond with them, always try to be there for them. Let them know you're there. Just be like, hey, I'm always here for you. But maybe just set aside like one day a week, one night a week, and just be like, hey, I'm here to hang out with you. What do you want to do? Maybe there's a movie they were talking about saying like, oh, let's go to this movie. Or maybe you're just throwing a ball in the backyard. And make sure that when your teen tries to talk to you, listen to them. Don't just play the parent and be like, oh, how was your day? And then just don't even care.
Ouch.
And let them know that if you are spending time with them, that you have specifically set time aside to be with them. Because they might not even realize, oh, my mom's just hanging out with me, this is cool. And then if you're like, well, they're not even grateful for me spending time with them, make sure that you tell them that, oh, I'm taking time out of my busy schedule to be with you. They're like, oh, thanks for that. And then they don't know, and then there's not yelling and fighting because you're not grateful. What? I don't even know. So, once you have a bond is when you can help them follow their dreams, help them believe in themselves, give them a mentality, a belief system to make them go where they want to go, whether they want to be in sports or they want to cure cancer. Who knows? Make sure that they want whatever you're helping them achieve just as much as you. Because if you're just pushing them and pushing them, they're just going to want to avoid you more and more. And then you're going to be like, what? I'm helping you with all this stuff. And they're like, I don't even want that. Like, oh. Make them know who they are so their dreams will become their reality. And give them the opportunity. So these are the interview questions that we say. Okay. This is the rising generation needs something. It has to be us. It's not us. It's not going to be anyone. So, get your teen out of the frying pan and into the fire. I hope this was helpful to you guys. Good?
You can ask a question?
Yeah.
So how have you found your why? What really drives you? What motivates you? And how can parents help their teenagers find that?
Just thinking about, like, there's every teenager, there's millions of millions, and every single one is different, and every single one has the potential to do something amazing. And with every single one doing something amazing, the world would be extremely different.
So is that something you want to do, is help other teens realize that they could do something amazing?
Instead of just being in the frying pan. Go to school. Live his emotions. Live life by the way they're told. Any other questions?
Yeah, to follow up with his, what have you felt, especially from the little bit of the story we've heard from you and your family, what has been a transition or something for you that has helped you find that passion or find out why that motivates you? Like what are things your parents have done that you've seen that have inspired you or helped you?
A lot of it was actually seeing my sister go through teenage problems.
To put it nicely.
And seeing her come through that, and I realized there is potential for everyone. That was just great motivation.
The non-compliment.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks.
Any other questions?
But I think part of that is actually you've seen her how much happier she is. So that was a big motivator of realizing, wow, there is a happier way to be.
Yeah. I like being happy.
Oh.
It's like, oh, there's a motivator right there. Ice cream, that's why I'm here. I just came for the ice cream.
We made him stand up here and talk for 30 minutes so he can have some ice cream.
Well, that's
You can-
fine with me.
So, this is the Tonight Dough. This is an official Ben & Jerry's shovel.
Oh my gosh.
What?
They sent it to me in a box in the mail with a bunch of swag.
That is awesome.
So, we would love to offer it Well, yes, Preston, to you, but just a second. We would also love to offer it to our folks online. That's a small scoop because it's pretty hard. But that's about as good as we can do. So,
It better come.
here you go. Here's your pint. Enjoy. And we'll look forward to having some ice cream. So you know, next week at our Weekly Wise will be Wileen Benson.
Awesome.
And she is phenomenal. She's a very inspiring woman. One of my favorite stories, I don't know that she'll share this specifically, but my favorite stories from her is how she went from her relationship with one of her daughters that she said was just completely on the fritz. It was just fight, fight, fight all day long, to the point where now she has a wonderful, wonderful close relationship with her. They've bonded, and it's a wonderful experience. So I'm excited to hear from her. That's next week, same time, same place, same ice cream. And thank you for being with us. Have a good one. Goodbye.
Bye.